Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Hello, beautiful people. It is that time again where I, Kenji, aka Numot the Nummy, brings you another draft. I had so much fun with the last Holiday Cube, and just with all of the Holiday Cube I've been doing, that I thought I would bring you another one. So you know what? Let's jump in the queue, and we'll see you back when it fires. To the races we go. And what do we have here? Let's just increase the size of all these cards so you guys can see that. Alright, cards we have. Blightsteel Colossus, an 11/11, Trample, Infect, Indestructible. Yeah, that thing's huge. Craterhoof Behemoth, one of the cornerstones of the green deck. If you are able to play multiple little green creatures that can ramp you out into a Craterhoof Behemoth, you can end the game very quickly. And you can always cheat them out with cards like Eureka. This is one of the old school cards. If you look at the actual card Eureka, the text is like 3 times this size. But starting with you, each player may put a permanent card from his or her hand onto the battlefield. Repeat this process until no one puts a card on the battlefield. So, you know, you can cast this early in the format, and you can just dump out a bunch of huge creatures. Other nice cards in the pack. Liliana, Wheel of Fortune, all the lands are always great. True Name Nemesis, awesome. You know me, I love my brown mana. But you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just take Blightsteel Colossus here. It's the flashiest card for sure. And you can always cheat it out with like Tinker or Tooth and Nail, anything like that. Ooh, another cool pack. We have Basalt Monolith, which goes on theme with Blightsteel Colossus. We have Griselbrand, which is just another sweet creature to cheat in. Sower of Temptation, Mystical Tutor, Vindicate, Dismember. I think I'm going to go ahead and just take Griselbrand here. This probably means we're going to look towards probably Sneak Attack if we can. But that's not to say we can't be, you know, tooth and nailing or show and telling or any number of big things. I always like taking these big high power creatures if I see them early and then kind of warping my deck around them. So this should be fun. Alright, and then a next pack. I'm probably going to end up taking Imperial Seal here. All the tutor effects are really solid, and especially when you're going to build like a combo deck, which it appears I'm trying to do here. Seal is just very nice. Now, obviously, it's not as good as, you know, some of the other tutors that put the card into your hand, but it's still very, very good. I am passing an Orzhov Signet and an Ancient Tomb. Both are also very good cards, but again, tutors in this format are high value. There's just so many good things that you're searching for, so many powerful cards that you want to see, and I think these tutor effects definitely worth it. Okay, pick 4 comes our way, and again, some nice ones for this deck that we might be going. I could take Sylvan Caryatid, a good, nice little ramp effect. I can take Animate Dead, really good with Griselbrand. Bitter Blossom's nice. Garruk Apex Predator, Free Elise, Windswept Heath, all good options. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Animate Dead here. Now, you can't Animate Dead or reanimate Blightsteel Colossus in any capacity since it's a replacement effect. It's not when it goes to the graveyard, shuffle it back into your library. It's just if it would be put into a graveyard, shuffle it in instead. So there's not a chance for you to reanimate Blightsteel, but Griselbrand's definitely one of the better ones. And I think Animate Dead is just good value. I'm going to go ahead and take that here. But look out for all the green rampy creatures. Remember, I passed that Craterhoof Behemoth earlier in the pack. Ooh, another nice, sweet pack for us. It looks like green might be open. We've seen a lot of Mana Dorks. We've seen now Garruk and Avacyn's Pilgrim in this pack. Could definitely take Everflowing Chalice, but I think it might be worth it to now move into green. Take the Garruk here and see what we can do. Other good cards, Jace, obviously great. Bloodline Keeper's pretty solid, but slow. Watery Grave, Necro, Pilgrim. I think I like taking Garruk here over the Chalice, but it's kind of close. Yeah, I'd really like to get that Tooth and Nail, so I think I would like to take the Wildspeaker here instead of the Everflowing Chalice. Although Chalice keeps me a little bit more open. Garruk is definitely the higher power card here, and that's a pretty good sign. Now I'm going to take the Elvish Mystic, definitely. Looks like the green rampy deck is certainly open. Cards we're passing. Massacre Worm's nice. Scavenging Ooze is good. Path is obviously good. Thada does not get enough love in Holiday Cube because there are so many high power artifacts in this format. If Thada connects just once, it's usually very, very solid. I mean, you have all the Moxes, you have like the Mana Vaults, Soul Rings, that type of thing. Even just stealing one of the many swords makes this very powerful, but happy to take an elf after taking the Garruk. Probably going to end up taking the Beast Within here, although I could take Progenitus. Again, if I'm going to go like the sneak attack or show and tell, or not show and tell, tooth and nail route, Progenitus is certainly a sweet one. Beast Within is great for the green deck. It gives them a versatile answer. Drowned Catacomb is probably a nice hedge. There's definitely possibility that I move into blue. I'm going to go ahead and take the land here, I think. Just play it safe, stay open, see what we can do. Alright, another nice pack for us. We have Deranged Hermit, Pack Rat, Yavimaya Coast for more fixing. I'm going to go ahead and take Pack Rat here. This card, well, if you've had a chance to play with this card in Limited in any capacity, you know how broken this can be. And you know what? It actually feeds into my Animate Dead. I can Pack Rat, discard Griselbrand, Animate Dead Griselbrand, so something to think about. Nice little interaction. Wow! I am super surprised that Liliana wheeled in addition to True Name Nemesis. Both those cards are very good, and I don't think should have made it this far. I'm going to go ahead and take Liliana. More synergy for our deck. Again, can reanimate with Liliana after discarding, but man, True Name Nemesis too. Good start for us here. Ooh, a Vindicate and a Ophiomancer. Not the biggest fan of Sidisi in Powered Cube, but Sidisi is okay. A Ophiomancer is just good value. We didn't wield the Craterhoof Behemoth, but yeah, I think I like taking a Ophiomancer here. Just good value, and we can pick up a ton of cards that work well with it. Abyss could have some potential. Okay, Freely's wield too. Another, I think, underrated green Planeswalker. I don't really want Bloodline Keeper. I'm just going to take the Jace. Scavenging Ooze on the wheel is great for us. They can't hate on our reanimate if we go that route. Alright, so the first pack went okay with us. I first picked the Blightsteel after, or assuming that I would move into a sweet, tinkery, show and telly type of deck, but we just didn't really get there. Instead, what we ended up going is looks like a green-black. I mean, we have a lot of Planeswalkers here. Control deck. Ooh, Skullclamp's really good for us here. We already have a Ophiomancer and we have Freelise. Both those combine nicely with the Skullclamp. We are passing a Yawgmoth's Bargain and a Tourach Treespeaker, which are both great cards, but I don't think I can pass a Skullclamp in a deck that has this many creatures. I'm going to move the Blightsteel Colossus over to the side for now, and happily take Skullclamp. This is just a great draw card engine. Okay, follow that up with one of many things. Woodfall Primus is a good reanimate target. Wall of Roots, Damnation. There's a Swords in this pack. Off-color Signet. Buried Alive. Honestly, we're not that much reanimator, right? I just have that Animate Dead. Not too impressed with taking Woodfall Primus here. I think I like to take the Wall of Roots, just for some extra ramp. Another way for me to play like a turn 3 Garruk. That seems fine. Gonna go ahead and do that. See what we get past next. Shriekmaw, Iona, Fencer, Snapcaster Mage. Not the most exciting of packs, but Shriekmaw definitely rates as an okay take here. I don't think it's the most powerful card. And you know what, generally I'm not a fan of the green-black decks, but they can be fine. They're considered very fair, right? I'm not doing anything completely broken, but we'll see. We still have a pack and a half to go. We could definitely pick up some things that changes that. I'm going to go ahead and just jam the Reclamation Sage here. This card is very, very good in the cube. As I've been mentioning before, lots of artifacts, enchantments to hit, and yeah, gives you a 2/1 body to boot. Passing Elish Norn, Sheoldred, Tezzeret, some fixing. Inkwell would have been nice if we could have went to the Tinker plan. Give us multiple Tinker targets. Not looking too bad so far. A pretty good pack here for us. We have Elves of Deep Shadow, which fixes for black, and is just a nice dork for Skullclamp and whatnot. We have like Tarmogoyf, which is just a fine beater. Abrupt Decay is very, very solid. And then we have like Necromancy and Diabolic Edict. I'm going to go ahead and take Necromancy here, I believe. Right now I'm sitting on 2 ways to discard cards, Pack Rat and Liliana. But the thing is, both of the reanimate effects that I have can hit the opponent's graveyard as well. Animate Dead can hit the opponent's creatures in the graveyard. Necromancy can hit the opponent's creatures in the graveyard. So unlike cards like Makeshift Mannequin, Necromancy just gets value whether you have a creature in your graveyard or the opponent does. Okay, that's a super late mana drain. One of the best counter spells in the game. Counter target spell at the beginning of your next main phase, add X to your mana pool, where X of that spell's converted mana cost. So with this card, blue can potentially play out some very large threats very early. Like if you counter your opponent's 3-drop on turn 3, and they're on the play, then on your turn 3 you can have potentially 6 mana if you haven't already ramped somewhat. For us specifically, we have a few options. Birthing Pod is kind of cool. We do have some almost connected synergy. Gonna go ahead and just take the Hymn to Tourach here. Already have some enchantment and artifact destruction effects, and Hymn is just very, very nice. Following that up, Hero's Downfall or Bloodghast. Now, Bloodghast is insane with Skullclamp, which is kind of pushing me over the edge on taking it here over the Hero's Downfall. And it's also good with like a Recurring Nightmare if I can get one of those. Plus, it's great with Liliana. I think Bloodghast is going to get the pick here just for synergy. Oh, wow. Mishra's Workshop, Metalworker, Mindslaver. Those are kind of insane to see this late. Unfortunately, I can't really play any of those. I could play Tombstalker, but as far as Powered Cube is concerned, that is not the type of card you're looking for. I'm just going to hate on the Mishra's Workshop. Get that out of here. Alright, so Dark Confidant Wield, Pernicious Deed Wield, and Wall of Blossoms Wield. All good pickups for us. Dark Confidant's a little bit awkward when I have Griselbrand in the deck. But otherwise, it seems fine here. Pernicious Deed is just a nice value card, although I think it hurts us more than it helps us. We're not really the Pernicious Deed deck. And Wall of Blossoms would just be a fine value card. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Dark Confidant here. Okay. Damnation, Buried Alive, and Lodestone Golem, all fine choices. I think I'm going to take the Buried Alive now, actually. After picking up the Necromancy and the Bloodghast, it's like we have multiple ways to get value out of creatures in our graveyard. Seems like a fine pickup. Troll Ascetic versus a potential splash of Sorin. I think I'll take the potential splash. Yeah, and there you go. There's the land to splash Sorin. So that worked out well. But again, yeah, this deck is quote-unquote very fair for what you can do in this Holiday Cube. Remember, I already passed like the Bitter Blossom and whatnot in the first pack. Yeah, Tarmogoyf's not a bad pickup. Kind of a non-bow with Scavenging Ooze, but plenty of ways to get things in the graveyard, trust me. We're looking for more ways to interact with our opponent. I'm looking for Thoughtseize, I'm looking for Mind Twist, I'm looking for more artifact and enchantment removal spells. Just things that will kind of hinder our opponent enough to where we can just beat them down with random 2-power creatures, because we have a lot of those. Now, don't get me wrong, we could definitely have the draw where we're, you know, reanimating Griselbrand on turn, I guess, 4, but more likely than not, we're going to have to beat them down with skill and maybe a little luck. We'll see what the next pack holds for us. We're at 30 picks, pack 3, and we have an Ancestral Recall. Well then. In fact, this pack is great. Now, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. All the packs are great because this is Holiday Cube. Reanimate's in the pack, Eternal Witness is in the pack, Sword of Fire and Ice is in the pack, Bloodsoaked Champion is in the pack. All those cards are great for us to take here. It's pretty hard to pass an Ancestral Recall. I already have a Drowned Catacomb in the sideboard for Splashy. I think I have to just take it here and hope that Reanimate somehow wheels or Eternal Witness wheels. It's too good, too much value to pass up. Okay. Not an amazing pack, but a fine one. There's Sakura Tribe Elder, Bone Shredder, Mere Battlesphere. I'm looking towards the cheaper end of the spectrum. I think Bone Shredder and Sakura Tribe Elder are both fine. Not very exciting. I mean, Living Death is okay as well, but I guess with Dark Confidant, we're looking to keep the curve pretty low. Throne's a fine consideration too. That card can sometimes just win the game, but this cube is not necessarily about 4/4s. Yeah, it's more about the big creatures or comboing off or doing broken things. I'll take some interaction. I'll take the Bone Shredder here. It's fine. It's not amazing. Channel. That is an amazing card. Unfortunately, this is not a deck that can really abuse Channel. Wow. I think I just have to take it here, though. I mean, I do have Blightsteel Colossus, but I'm passing an Overgrown Tomb for this Channel. Maybe that's not right. I should probably just take the Tomb here. Again, Channel doesn't do anything for my deck. I just have too many colored cards. The only artifact I have is the Skullclamp. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Tomb here. I'm really sad I have to pass the Channel, especially if I pick up like an Eldrazi in addition to the Blightsteel. We'll see. Well, there it is. Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre. Did not go for the risky play and got punished. What else do we have here? We have Courser, we have Deathrite Shaman, we have Wolfir Silverheart. Gatekeeper of Malakir's fine as well. Yeah, I mean, again, Courser is not very exciting in Powered Cube, nor is Deathrite Shaman, although it's fine. My deck is way too fair. What to do, what to do. If that wasn't Sword of Light and Shadow, I'd probably take it. But Sword of Light and Shadow is not very exciting as far as swords are concerned. Well, I think I'll just go with the Courser here over the Deathrite. It's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Alright, decent pack here for us. Regrowth, Spellskite, Thoughtseize, Thragtusk, Simic Signet. I think here we want to go with the Thoughtseize. Again, I'm looking for cheap ways to take away my opponent's powerful cards since our deck is a little bit more fair. That being said, Simic Signet does fix for Ancestral Recall, but I'll go ahead and take the Seize. Alright, not a bad pack here for us. Nissa, Oracle, Ultimate Price, all fine pickups. I think I like taking the Oracle a little bit more than I like taking Nissa, but both are good. Ooh, well there's the Show and Tell. Man, that would have been really awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Survival of the Fittest here. It's pretty... yeah, I mean, I guess it's not amazing in our deck, but it's got some synergy with the Necromancy and the Animate Dead, and it's really nice with, like, Bloodghast. Decent pickup. Maelstrom Pulse is also another nice one. Well, I didn't mean to double-click it like that, but there that goes. Shackles Wield, which is a little bit surprising, but I'm happy to take an Eternal Witness here over Bloodsoaked Champion. Thrun the Last Troll. I guess I'm going to take him after all, over the Crucible, which doesn't do anything in our deck. Alright, Nezumi. It's possible I just don't run the Ancestral Recall. As weird as that sounds. I cut the Recall. I don't need Buried Alive. I can probably cut Thrun. It's not too amazing. Can probably cut Free Elise. I mean, even Griselbrand doesn't look that amazing here. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, as far as Powered Cube goes, this deck is very, very fair. It's just not doing too much. Silverheart versus Deathrite Shaman. I could definitely use another Wincon. Silverheart makes things big. And I don't have any fetches to abuse the Deathrite Shaman, although I could do it from the opponent's graveyard for sure. Alright. So I need to make like 4 cuts for this deck. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Even Brain Maggot's good. Takes an early card from the opponent. It works well with Skullclamp. So I'm probably cutting Courser here. It just doesn't do enough in this Powered Cube. I already have Oracle anyway, but that's just much better. I can probably cut Free Elise. Again, I think Free Elise... no, Free Elise is too good here. I think she's underrated because of her ability to destroy artifacts and enchantments, and she puts out 1/1s for me to draw 2 cards with Skullclamp. Dark Confidant, maybe. Might be a little bit greedy. Griselbrand's probably a little bit greedy. You know what I could do? I could cut Animate Dead, Necromancy, Griselbrand. Just get rid of the Reanimator package. But I think that's... no, I think those are too powerful. I can probably cut Bone Shredder from the main. Maybe I will just cut Free Elise. And it's nice to cut bigger cards when I have the Dark Confidant. Probably need at least one more cut, maybe two. What to do? What to do? Can cut Tarmogoyf too. Again, just a random beater for 2 in this deck. Nothing amazing. One more cut. What's it gonna be? Wall of Roots, I guess? Yeah, Wall of Roots seems like it could be an easy cut here. Alright, this might be the deck. I'm pretty tempted to cut the Shriekmaw and get the Tarmogoyf back in just for another cheap thing to do, and just like another cheap beater. Maybe that's okay. And then we could always sideboard in the Shredder and the Shriekmaw as we see fit. But then what removal do I have otherwise? Removal's kind of lacking. I have Maelstrom Pulse, Reclamation, Liliana pseudo removal, him, Thoughtseize. Maybe that's good enough. And I like the Imperial Seal combo with Skullclamp. You can seal and then Skullclamp, draw 2 cards, get the card that you wanted to hit. Alright, well. Again, as far as powered cube goes, Holiday Cube goes, this is on the lower end of power, the power spectrum, but it definitely can get there. Some of these fair decks, you just, like a timely Thoughtseize, a timely Hymn to Tourach, can just cripple the opponent, or maybe if you deal with some of their quick ramp that they were trying to hit, you can definitely get there. Let's see what color sorts we want to go by. So 16 more land. We probably want to go 9 swamp, I would say. Yeah, 9 swamp, 8 or 7 forests, just like MTGO had suggested. And yeah, I think that's going to be the deck. Again, Recall sitting in the sideboard is awkward, but the only fixing I have is Drowned Catacombs. So I think that's fine. And I don't really want to run 2 islands in addition. We'll ship it like this, and we'll see you guys back for round 1. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.